Hey, welcome everybody. I just thought about 20 minutes ago, why not go live today? Why wait till tomorrow? I'm bored, I'm lonely, I'm just kind of hanging out here in my hobby room working on stuff. So I figured, well, why not go live right now? I didn't see anybody else live, so here I am. And we've already got a guest in. If anybody would like to join in, I posted a invite link there for StreamYard. You're welcome to come in and hang out and talk about your projects or whatever you got working on. That would be really awesome. Let me bring in my guest. Hey, Matt, how you doing?
Hey, how are you, Jerry? How's everybody?
Oh, pretty good. Hello, Dominic. How's it going, Dominic? Yeah, I'm just sitting around here working on some projects here on my desk. I got my next droid project, and I'm kind of working on this and that. I stripped a couple of these really long screws. You know, those little, what do you call them, like little Allen heads or whatever. They strip real easy, and anyway, so I'm kind of screwing around with that right now, trying to get this put back together, reprinting some parts, working on this and that. Victor Riviera, hello. Betty Boot, Mr. and Mrs. Diesel, hello. You should have got my sticker by now, Mr. and Mrs. Diesel. So, anyway, yeah, anybody wants to come in, drop in, and hang out, I posted the link for StreamYard up above. You're welcome to come in, hang out, talk about your hobby projects, what you're painting, what you're building. You know, anything hobby related is pretty much game. So, what do you got going on, Matt? What's new with you?
Well, I've been not doing really much for the past week and a half because I was rearranging office, getting new stuff in, and I got finally a turntable for my can. So,
very nice.
Yeah, and I have a few other things. I set up a few cameras, so that's pretty good too.
Is that noise really loud?
A little bit.
All right, I'll be done here in a second. These long screws, it takes forever by hand, so we use Black & Decker. We got some power behind it. And these work really good. They're like these screwdrivers. Push a button, it'll angle like a drill, however you want it, or you can make them straight. They run on batteries. They work great. You just pull on the tips, switch them out. They work really good for things that take a while. And then you can switch forward and reverse. There's a black knob here. So, 1 second, I'll be done. Want to get them close and finish them by hand, or I'll strip them. I was on Astro Printer's live stream the other day, and I was doing this, and I wasn't paying attention. I stripped them. Because Chinese bolts strip very easily.
Yes, I do.
Red light, what's going on?
Hold on a second, my dogs are barking.
His dogs are barking. Let's see, let me repost that link here. Yeah, I decided to go live on Facebook today also. Andrew S., hello. Been a long time. Or actually, I chatted with you yesterday briefly on Matt's stream, but yeah, you haven't been hanging out in a long time, so I hope everything's okay, Andrew. Hello, Big Winner. Greetings, programmers. Old Curmudgeon on Sam the Real Apprentice. He won a printer yesterday on the live stream. Awesome. Congrats, Old Curmudgeon. Awesome. Yeah, Yoey, the CPU works great for me. You're still at work. Work, or work in the garage? I'm assuming you're talking about not at home work. Yeah, I was going to go live tomorrow, and I figured, what the hell, I'll just do it right now. There's no reason not to, so here I am. I thought about going live last night, but it's like 11, 12 o'clock. It's like 10 o'clock my time, so most of the people are back east. That's like 3 hours later. I don't think anybody would come hang out in the middle of the night, so here I am today. Yeah, I'm just working on, here's what I'm working on. Where'd the camera go? There we go. Working on my tracks here and stuff for my next.
Sorry about that. Now you see my dog is 14 years old and she's deaf now.
Oh, wow.
Can't hear anything, and she's going blind too, so I had her for 14 years. I still have her, so I talked with her, she's gone already.
One of my dogs lived to be around 17. He was in the house. He couldn't get up off the floor, the tile floor, to go outside to use the restroom. And, you know, I done everything I could, and I eventually had to take him to the vet and put him down. And then we had another
Yeah.
smaller dog that we had to do that too. I had to do that too about a year ago. Same thing.
Oh,
So,
sorry
but
to hear
I always
that.
have two. Once one is gone, I get another one to replace the one that's no longer with us. So, yeah, it sucks. Animals only lived at the most maybe 15 to 17 years about.
Yeah.
Dogs
And
and
you're
cats.
lucky. Oldest dog I ever had was a mixture between a fox and a dog, sheepdog. And that dog lived up to 22 years.
Hello, Facebook user. Not sure who you are. There's a link that you click on above the video that if you click that and accept StreamYard, whatever, then I can see your name. But I'm not sure who you are, but thank you very much. Yeah, I haven't been going live on Facebook in a long time. I've been trying to get everybody to come over to my YouTube channel to help me grow it. And like I say, I'm slowly getting there. When I get to 2,500 subs, I've got a lot of people and companies that are donating a lot of different things I'll be giving away. So get my right camera going there. So that'll be cool whenever that happens. So I don't know. It'll probably take me, I don't know, 2 or 3 more months to get another 100 people. I'm not sure, or 140, whatever it is.
Oh, I can share screen too, huh? I didn't know that I can do that.
What's that? Oh yeah,
That I can share my screen if I wanted to.
sure. Yeah,
Oh no, I just figured it out. I'm just looking at the buttons, etc. And I never really
yeah,
had a good look at it. So
yeah. You just click share. It'll pop up on my side like that. Like, see, if you click share, then somebody like this might pop in. Hey, what's going on, Asker
I
Printer?
know, yeah, it's not a problem with some of
oh,
the
here comes trouble. Here comes trouble.
Matt shared a screen, and there you were. How you doing today?
I'm
Nice to
good.
see you.
I have to say, I saw Al Curmudgeon's on. Congratulations on the win, Al Curmudgeon. Do you see that he won one
Yeah.
of the rat rates?
Yeah,
The
Yeah.
mini. Congratulations.
very cool. It's like a little mini rat rig thing.
I was hoping for that one.
You have to come on and tell when you get it, which because it's not released yet. You need to come on and tell us about it and tell us what it was like. Talk about the printer. Sorry, I didn't get a chance to congratulate him because they gave out the printer and then the end of the stream, and there was no time to do it to say hi, congratulations or anything. So. Oh, Renee.
Oh, Renee, okay.
So I won't be on for long. I can't because I have an astronomy event tonight.
Oh. The
So
sun is going down.
sorry,
The sun is going down.
not for a few hours, but I have to get out there early because it's in a state park. But we have to section off an area and only allow members only in. We can't do public events, so we're actually using the state park as we always do. But we're actually going to cordon off an area with bollards and caution tape to keep the public out, so they can't come around and hang up with the telescopes, which they always do when they see telescopes. They want to come see, but we're actually going to have to restrict them and not allow them in. So
what happens if Karen shows up?
Karen,
Yeah.
what about her?
If she shows up, how are you going to keep her out?
Simple, no. She has to deal with me.
Okay.
You know what that's like. You put up with me twice a week. Yep, that's me. That's me on a good day.
Yeah, if you ever want me to not do that, I'll stop. If you don't bother you, then I'll keep doing it.
No, I don't care. No, a public tonight. That's right. Well, we have to because of COVID. So we love doing public events. We love having the public come out and look through our telescopes. We love sharing with them. We do it all the time. It's been over a year since we were able to do that. Since last March, we haven't been able to do it, and we want to get back to it, but we're not. The state won't allow us. The park won't allow us, and our common sense won't allow us because we don't want to get COVID from somebody. Even though a lot of us have been vaccinated, we don't want to take the chance. So we have to play it safe for now until we have better information about what's happening with the vaccinations and how well they actually do what they're supposed to do. So
Yeah, and then they say that if you're vaccinated, you can go here and there. So the people that aren't, that refuse to, will say, "Oh, sure, I got it," and then they'll leave it at that.
Well, no, we can ask. We see, we're entitled to ask. If we say, if you're vaccinated, you can come look. We are entitled to ask for proof
Yeah,
because we're a private club. We're not a public club. We're a private club, so we
Yeah.
can ask for proof.
Okay.
And if they say, "I don't have it," and we say, "Well, until you can show it to us, sorry, you cannot come in."
Yeah, Renee, where are you moving to?
He bought a new house, didn't he?
I don't know. Moving sucks. I know that. I hate moving.
I've done it.
I'd rather get a tooth pulled than move somebody. Or move.
I've moved internationally a few times, which is even harder, and I've moved internally within the U.S. 3 times.
I've been here in this house 21 years now.
No, I was in a house that I rented. Then I went to an apartment, and then I bought this place and moved here. And all of those within the U.S., like from the house to the apartment here, I moved myself. I just got a U-Haul and packed my stuff and moved it myself.
Where did I put that chip?
Yeah, HIPAA or Watchdog. Well, HIPAA doesn't apply to asking someone if they're vaccinated. HIPAA applies to seeing their medical record. But if you ask someone a question and they answer it, that's not a breach of HIPAA because they're the owner of the data.
Hello, Eric. How you doing?
I work in compliance and electronic data discovery. That doesn't apply. So,
hey, Yoav.
Hey, Yoav.
And Yoav was the big winner on EduTech stream on his big toaster. He won for the largest toaster.
Yeah, that was a great bid.
290%, I believe. I didn't want to get involved in it. I was busy working on this snap, but I don't know. I might have been able to go bigger than that. I don't want.
Yeah, I didn't join Jim's stream. I didn't get a chance to. Yeah.
Kind of silent now. What are we going to talk about, guys? Come on, we need to think about something quick.
Well, Jerry's working on his bot. I printed one part. I had to get onto the others. I just haven't had time. So I'm going to do some of that this week. I have some laser work to do. I have that resin printer. I can talk about it now. They give me permission to talk about it.
Uh-huh.
Do you want me to talk about it?
Sure.
So I have their spec sheets. It is called Seedmaker is a company. They're a brand new company. It's going to be released on probably the end of the month or early next month on Kickstarter. I don't have pricing yet, but I'm waiting on it. It's got a Seedmaker Particle S3, and it's a 4K resin mono. A build area of 192 by 120 by 220. So it's pretty sizable.
Take care, old curmudgeon. We'll see you around.
Take care, man.
Take care.
So it sounds like a nice printer. It does not have a camera. They were talking about a camera, and apparently they changed their mind and pulled the idea. So and there's one coming to me. It should arrive by Tuesday.
Yeah, I'm testing that Onyx resin that Frozen sent me. It comes out on Amazon in a couple weeks. It's black. It's black as tar. It's made in the USA. It's quite expensive. It's supposed to be very durable and withstand dropping and a lot of functional parts with it. And I was filming a resin lab, and I come to find out my DSLR camera that I bought, it quit working. It's like, what's going on? So it wasn't the resin lab cable, the adapter I bought off Amazon, which costs $14, which doesn't have an LED on it to tell you when it's working. It just randomly stops working. The power brick randomly works when it wants to work. So I ordered another one for $23 off Amazon. It's coming sometime today, hopefully while we're streaming. And I put the battery back in it so I could do the next time lapse. And it went dead. It didn't hold charge. But each time I do a resin lapse, it's like 300 or 400 pictures. Click, 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 on each layer.
An image per layer.
And I was going to print a Vive mount for my my Vive head mount set on the wall. It's a big U-shaped bracket, and it's very tall. I had it flat on the build plate, and it didn't work out. So I'm moving on to a couple other different projects. So I want to test that, get that resin tested to do a video on it.
Yeah,
They
well,
don't require me to do a video, but I like doing videos just to try to get more subs and more content out there. So
yeah, cool. Yeah, so I'm going to do an unboxing of this resin printer probably next weekend or this weekend. Yeah, well, no, next weekend. Sorry, today's Friday. I don't even know what day it is. But next weekend I'm going to do it, and and then I will do a review of the printer as well, because they asked me to do a review because they want to use it in their Kickstarter. So I'll print one big part, one large model, and then do a review on the printer.
hello, Chris Travis. Your painting skills are getting very good. I hope you're happy with your resin printer. Chris has been posting a lot of pictures over on Twitter.
Jerry, question: what microphone are you using? It's very. It sounds like you're far away from it. I think you're using a mic on your camera.
Shouldn't be.
It doesn't sound like it's using. There's a lot of noise.
Tell me if this cuts out.
It's gone. You cut out.
How about now?
Oh,
Can
wait
you
now.
hear me?
Maybe it's Matt's side the noise is coming from then. Any
Can you
noise on your side, Matt?
Can't hear you, Matt.
On mute.
I'm
Yeah.
muted.
It's your side.
My side?
Yeah.
It's just got a lot of background noise.
There's a lot of background noise on your side.
But I was using my tools, so tools are noisy.
No. It was just really noisy. That's. Yeah.
Better
It's
now?
you, Matt. It's you, Matt.
It's not that bad. I don't
No.
think.
There's a constant background noise, and I was wondering where it was. So now it's you. We know it's you.
Remember on Sam's stream yesterday, he was using that melon amp, and the one guy, his guest, was on for Rat Rig, and he was all of a sudden his volume went to like 1,000, went really loud, and I'm sure everybody wearing headphones or earbuds that just blew their ears out.
Yeah, I was actually watching that stream last night. It was good.
Yeah, later he posted the beginning because we couldn't hear him in sound, and later he reposted had a great beginning, but to shame it screwed up.
Yeah, no, it was a good stream, and the guys were easygoing. They seemed to be a nice bunch of guys over there at Rat Rig. So
I'm almost done here. It takes too long to do this by hand.
yeah, I don't know what it was. What it is. It doesn't matter. And, it could be the air purifier.
Oh, yeah, air purifier.
Yeah.
It's off now.
And then it's not that. Then it's the printer, maybe.
Yeah, all right.
What you do, the images, you can bring them into any video editing software, import them in order by number, and you can just then you add music to it or whatever you want. It's easy to do.
I use right now. I'm using Davinci Resolve. You can download it for free.
Yeah,
it's a professional software. You can use a free version. Import the entire folder into it with your files that you would normally put into your audio files or picture files or video clips. It automatically converts them. The minute you drop it in, they're converted that quick, instantaneously. You don't have to do anything. Then I drop them down to my timeline. I can right-click on them on my timeline, and I can speed it up or slow it down on how fast I want it to come in or out of the resin. And if you want to ever do it in reverse, just go over and Google and Davinci Resolve, how do I reverse, blah, blah, blah. So I Google things while I'm editing all the time to find out how to do it. But yeah, it's very cool. So,
yeah.
So last week you guys said I was supposed to print something out for my girlfriend.
Pull down your microphone, Matt. Is your microphone down and your headset down?
Better now?
Go on.
and
No?
whatever editing software you're using, Mr. and Mrs. Diesel, what I did originally, since I was already paying for Movie Studio Platinum 16, is I just Googled, how do I do this? How do I do that? And once you get it worded correctly, you'll get a lot of results. And then I ended up using Davinci Resolve, and it was very simple. So Google's your friend. And by Google, it doesn't have to be a Google search engine. That's just my general word for any search engine. Just go to the search bar, your URL bar, just type in anything and just
let's be honest right now. Let's be honest. Besides Safari, Microsoft is Google based. So you might as well say Google.
Yeah, I always do say Google.
Yeah, Microsoft Chrome. You have Google Chrome, and then you have Microsoft Edge. Microsoft Edge is now called Edge Chromium, because it's based on Google Chrome in the background.
Yes, please like, subscribe, and share. I'd really appreciate it. It helps out the channel.
Oh, here you go. That's what I've been doing for my website.
Very nice. Is
Yeah,
that a
I like
sticker? That's a sticker that you printed out?
Yeah.
Okay.
I did.
You need to have it so you can load the top of it and have a dispenser arm. It can turn and it scoops some down. No, but you turn it and it actually picks up some of them and drops them into the chamber below. So they actually don't stay down there. They only come down when you angle.
Somebody online blew out your speakers? That's crazy. That they had something so screwed up that the minute you played it went pop. That's weird.
I've never heard that happen before.
Now, I played music myself too loud and blown my own speakers and screwed them up, but
Yeah, so it's all it's all Google now, basically.
I had a Ford pickup truck years ago when I was a teenager. I was coming down from the mountains. There's a single speaker up in the dash, in the center. I had a towel on my dash. By the time I got home, my speaker wasn't working, and I took it off, and it's like it burned up. So something happened where it actually burned up the material, and it fried it on the way home. So I don't know.
There must have been an overload somewhere, yeah.
Yeah, something was weird. I don't remember what radio I had in it back then, but I'm sure I couldn't aftermarket something in it.
No, I've never seen anything like that happen myself.
And then when I was real little, my son, which could barely walk at the time, walked up to my favorite speakers in the living room. I like to keep the covers off to make them look pretty, He walks up to them with his thumb and takes a round cone in the center on all four of them and pressed them in. So I had to get a needle and try to pluck them out.
Forced air. An air can will actually blow it. A small spurt of it will reinflate them from
If
behind.
you make a little hole or something to get them in there, yeah.
No, actually, they're not. There's not a vacuum. So from behind, if you blow air around the speaker, you will force air pressure in there and cause them to pop out.
Okay.
They're not sealed.
Well, normally you got the big cone, which I don't know what they call it, and you got the little cone is glued on top of the big cone. So how would you get air into the little cone, which is glued onto the big cone?
Yeah, but at the back of the speaker, you have the magnet around the back where the speaker's put up. In around there, if you blow pressurized air in there,
Oh, I see.
what happens is that they're not sealed, so the air will force its way in and will actually, sometimes you'll actually pop them out.
All right.
Because they can't be sealed, because when you press them, the air has to go somewhere. So that proves they're not sealed. If they were sealed, they would never compress.
Okay.
So.
Can I share something with you guys? The video?
We can't hear you, Matt. It's very low.
Really?
Which are you using your headphones or?
No.
It's not working. Or the audio is really low.
We can hear you, but you're low.
Yeah, really, it's hard to hear you.
Check my audio.
Yeah, we can hear you say check your audio, but you're just not talking real loud. Now you're muted.
So there's one thing. I think we're going to have another person buying a printer in the next few weeks from one of my streams.
Better now?
Oh yeah, that's night and day.
Yeah. Okay. Good.
You were on the wrong microphone. You were using a mic from a camera, weren't you?
Sound better than Liam now.
Thanks, Jerry.
Thank you. No, I wanted to ask if I can share a video. There's no audio sound on there.
As long as it's not X-rated, you can share it.
Of course.
We know that.
It's not.
Come on.
No, it's not X-rated. No, trust me. Of course, I meant not X-rated. It's basically from my. Hold on. Let's see if it. Oh crap! What's popping up here now? Oh no.
Let me see if I got this. Since I'm going to be doing another live unboxing in next weekend, I think Rennie is going to buy another printer. He's going to buy a resin this time around. He seems to buy them. From my live streams, he seems to be buying printers. So maybe he'll buy a resin printer next week when I do the unboxing of the seed maker.
You got a referral link for him?
I haven't got it yet. I don't have, because they're on Kickstarter, so they don't even have a company. They're a brand new company.
Okay.
But they've been doing years apparently of research and design of their printer. But I'll have links by next weekend.
Just say if I refer anyone, do I get a percentage or a kickback or anything?
Oh, well, I've recommended that they use Kick Booster. If you sign up to Kick Booster, right? Anyone who's on a Kickstarter, if they're on if they register with Kick Booster, anyone who promotes them on Kick Booster gets money. They pay you for helping them make a sale.
Cool.
So I recommended that they get on the Kick Booster from day one. So if there's Kick Booster links, you can sign up and you can register, or you can link to them on Kick Booster, and then you can post an affiliate link. Try Kick Booster link. Oh, Renee is saying I'm very, very expensive person to know. I'm not forcing you to buy printers when you join my stream. You just happen to do it. And remember, you're part of the 3D Printing Addicts group. We help you. We actually make you more of an addict, not less of an addict.
Yeah, referrals don't cost the customer anything. They just help out the person that referred them. It
Yeah.
gets a little something extra.
Yeah, but he's referring to, Jerry, he's referring to the last 2 live unboxings I did. Not the 10 log, but the 2 before that. He actually bought the printer I was actually unboxing. He bought the Artist D, he bought the EQ Maker printer as well, which is a 3-in-1, like the one with CNC and everything all in one.
You're very welcome to join the stream if you'd like. Here, I'll put the invite link back out there.
Oh yeah, because he doesn't have work tomorrow because it's a weekend.
Yeah, we try not to talk about politics. We don't talk about sex, stuff like that, you know.
Yeah, he was on my stream the other day, remember?
Oh, okay, I know who you're talking about. The guy that had he fell down, hit his head. He had the right here. Okay.
That's
I know who you're talking about.
This is the guy who decided to headbutt the floor, yeah?
Yeah, you're very welcome to join. Everybody's welcome to join and hang out.
The link's at the top of the chat.
And I think that Mr. and Mrs. Diesel told me a few weeks ago that the next time I was on, they were going to drop in.
And we're still waiting.
I'm pretty positive that they said that.
I remember that statement.
But, you know, if you do, if you don't, I understand. Here we go.
But I don't, Jerry. You might, but I don't.
And here is Renee, everyone. Hello. How you doing?
Hello.
I see your spot is healing.
It started to heal.
See, that's what happens when you headbutt floors, right?
Well, I have a revised idea what happened. The house face palmed me.
That works too. So you're saying I'm an expensive person to know?
Yes.
I don't charge you anything. I do all my stuff for free.
I know.
How could I be expensive to know?
You're a bad influence.
You know,
that's a good thing, though.
I watched a movie.
Well, you all are.
I watched a movie a long time ago, and in the movie, they were on QVC. In the movie, it was all made up for the movie, and the person was talking, and they had, of course, they're wearing a mic. And as their sales were going up and down, they were telling the person on camera, do this or do that, or have this other person come in, they're directing them, and then their phone sales were going up or going down based on how they were talking. So that tells me in real life they were getting cued on how to go with the conversation and try to convince more people to buy it. And some people are really good at it. You know, whatever they say, it's like, they have it, I got to have it. I mean, that's just how it is.
Well, the thing is, what Liam said about those 2 printers, maybe I asked the right questions for him to answer in a positive way to actually convince me it would be a good idea to buy those particular printers.
Well, I'm not a salesman. I'm not a salesperson. I'm a tech. In my job, I'm the nerd in my job, right?
I know.
Sorry, it's in IT. It's a geek, not a nerd. But I'm the geek in my job anyway, right? That's what I do. I'm very techie, and I don't do salesy stuff. When I get into people ask me to get involved in sales calls, I won't. I'll go in and I'll give them honest answers about the technology, what it can and can't do. I won't do salesy stuff. I won't fluff. Do all it says fluff. I refuse to, because it's not what I do. I'm going to tell you what I think, what works, what doesn't work. That's where the conversation ends, and
Yeah.
that's what that's so. The other printers you saw worked well, so I had no issues with them.
Exactly, and that's actually Loopy. I'll answer your question in a minute, and that's actually why I decided to buy those printers, Liam, because there's no bullshit from what you said. You said you tell the truth, and you don't put fingers between it if you don't like things.
Yeah, well, yeah.
And
If I see an
and
issue with something, I'll say what I see, because if I don't do that, then I'm not telling the people what I'm experiencing. And the live unboxing is good, because if I run into issues, so would everybody else. But if I've solved them, now it makes it easier for them to build a machine themselves.
and since you made everything look easy in your unboxing with those two printers I also purchased.
Yeah.
How can well, there's so many haters
Well,
on the
the
Facebook
EQ
group.
Maker one that we talked about, that you one is the second one
Yeah.
that you bought, right?
Yeah.
The EQ Maker, there is a bit of, you saw there's a bit of playing around with cables and stuff to be done that you normally
Yeah.
do, right? Don't you? With a lot of printers, you don't do, because you have to actually wire it straight to the board. But you learn where stuff plugs in now, so
Yeah,
there's a bonus for you.
exactly. And I'm sure the problems you had in your unboxing will be fixed.
Maybe, maybe.
Who knows? Oh,
What we Germans
well-
are known for.
He asked about your printer if you have unboxed it yet.
yeah. Loopy, I only need to move my vacuum cleaner, a light stand, 2 cups, and a chair to have everything moved from the apartment.
And
Everything
we
is
know what's
Just
going to
half an hour
happen
work.
is, since he's a guy, the vacuum cleaner will never get moved, so the printer will never get set up.
Are you Renee? Are you at your new place now?
yes.
Okay, I was going to say, because you haven't moved the bookshelf if you're at your old place. All right.
Yeah, he joined the stream. He was already moved. He moved 2 weeks ago, was it? 3 weeks ago?
When I move
Yeah, something like
when
that.
I move stuff, I don't wrap dishes individually. I just stick them all in a box, throw some towels in around them, close it up, and go. Where a lot of women, they'll wrap every single glass, every single plate. I just kind of stack them in, put towels around them for packing material, and then load them on the truck.
Yeah, me too.
I did
Newspaper
more or
is your
less the
friend.
same.
Yeah, newspaper is your friend.
Yeah,
Or old magazines, between the stuff that's breakable,
yeah.
just put it down and then put the next one on, and then just stack them on top of each other. That stops them.
Jerry, I did more or less the same as you said. But the cool thing is, I had a long time to actually move everything. So the haters make you. No, the haters I was referring to, they only tell what's not working on the printers. They don't come up with solutions. They don't give ideas on how to improve things. They only complain and want their money back, and they don't care.
We've seen a lot of those on the forums.
Yeah, and there's only a handful of them. The rest is happy.
Yeah.
But it's that noise that makes everything so annoying. And I have complained about it a few times that those haters should just.
Some people are not smart enough.
It's okay.
Yeah.
You're no matter. Like, it's the noisy cog that makes the most noise, right?
Yeah.
The noisy wheel makes the most noise.
Yeah.
The people who are happy with the product are not the ones who are always on their
Exactly.
and that's normal for everything, right?
Yeah.
For every maker, for every product, it's the noisy wheels that make
Some
noise.
people aren't good at building things and working on things, and some people are.
They have their hands like this instead.
Two left
right?
hands, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, everybody has what they're good at. Some people are good
Yeah.
at this, some are good at that, some are good at everything. It just
Exactly.
you
Anyway, I don't think I answered Loopy's question completely. So, not yet. I haven't unboxed it yet. I just need to organize a few more things so I can actually have the print set up right here.
What's really happening is, and he hasn't said this, is he said the vacuum cleaner's in his way and he doesn't know how to work it. And until he figures that out, he can't put the printer in place.
No, because the
I think you
vacuum
need a
cleaner is
wife.
still in the apartment.
I'm making fun of you because
I know.
because half the
But-
guys don't know how to use vacuum cleaners, so that's why I'm making fun of you.
That means the vacuum cleaner is not in the way; it's still in the apartment.
Well-
Anyway, no, I have a closet. I can lock the vacuum cleaner in there.
Hide it. Yeah.
I threw out one invite. I never invited anybody to this stream. It was like I figured I'm going to go live in 15 minutes, so I just kind of slammed it together. I did just invite Trevor, one person I threw up on Facebook.
Yeah.
So, because most people that are subscribed, the minute I go live or you're on my group, you're going to know it anyway. So, and everybody's always welcome to join in. And if you've never been on camera before, hey, it's a perfect time right now. There's not, why not?
We don't bite.
Hang out, talk about stuff, what you're working on, what you're having trouble with. Loopy, if you want to drop in, you're very welcome to. Everybody is welcome to drop in and hang out, and we'll talk about this and that.
Yeah, we don't bite much.
And if anybody gets carried away, I can mute their mic or I can kick them out if anything goes crazy. So
I better behave then.
anyway, I've only had only one time that I had two people pop in and things were starting to go south, so I had to boot them. But usually everything's fine.
That happened to me a few weeks ago on one of my streams. Someone was in chat.
Yeah, that's why I timed them out, and I told you about it. You'd retimed them out. I was just letting you know that I didn't like the way they were talking and where it was going.
No, that was good. That's why I like having you as a mod on my channel, because when people because I'm often busy sometimes when you can't do. It's hard to juggle it all.
Yeah.
So it's nice to have someone to help out there to kick somebody when they're misbehaving.
No, the Prusa has not arrived yet. I ordered it on February 23rd or 24th. And after 2 months, I checked on it, and it was still on back order. I chatted with them on a chat, and they said we're going to probably ship it out this week or next week. But no, I haven't. So that was a few weeks ago. So I'm still waiting for it to come. And if I didn't get donations from everybody in the community to buy that with, I would have probably got my money back and moved on to something else, like an IDEX or something. I'm not sure. But I wanted to be a member of the Prusa Club, even though it's a Prusa Mini. And everyone bought it for me, so I'll just have to wait till it comes. I didn't have to go with the kit to save $50, but I figured I don't see any videos out there on the kit where they put it together 100% from parts. So I figured, hey, it'll be a different video. So that's why I got the kit with one roll of filament. So before we get done here today, I'll check my email and see what they say. But yesterday it was still on back order.
Yeah, I'm not a Prusa member. I don't even use their slicer. I've always liked Cura. And I like Idea Maker because of the IDEX. It's fantastic. You need to install Idea Maker, by the way, Rene.
Is that Yoav? How do you say his or her
Yoav
name?
is correct, yeah.
Awesome.
I believe it is anyway.
Matt, can I ask you something?
Yeah, sure.
Your three printers behind you, one of them is moving. So you're obviously printing something.
Yes, mine.
Yep. It's a hard one I'm printing. A lithophane hard.
Yeah. Lithophanes are slow to print. And as you see the big Heineken can beside Matt, that's actually a pretty printed lithophane.
Yeah, it's
No,
I can't wait to get my printer up and running for sure.
Yeah,
I
still
did a chess
back order.
Yeah, I did a chess set. Did you do yours in resin, Chris? Chris has said he's finished his chess set.
Ooh, I have something to show you guys.
Show and tell. Cool.
Yeah. It's not something I printed or is printed, but I'll get it. Hang on, please.
Okay.
Hey, Chris, would you like to pop in and show us what you got going on? We'd appreciate it.
Oh, you printed the board. Okay, nice. And it's a resin part, so that they're really... And did you clear coat them when you were done with the chess pieces? You should clear coat them, because it's going to be constant skin contact. You should actually give them some sort of coating to keep the resin away from skin. some people are more sensitive to, and you'd be amazed how many people would react.
Oh, I get to use my buttons. Thank you very much, Dominic. That's awesome. Very cool. Very cool. Thank you very much. Thank you for $4.99. Thank you. Thank you. I like pushing my buttons. Appreciate it.
I won't go there.
Yeah, Renee, you missed the music. I just got a super chat, and I got a.
We all had a dance, and you weren't around.
Wow, that's cool.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, so the thing is,
Demons, Angels.
That's from. Isn't that from?
Blizzard.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Did you print it?
No. I purchased. That's what I said. It's not printed. or
Oh,
anything.
sorry, my mistake.
Yeah.
I'll bring out the wig in a little bit.
Here you go, Rennie. One of my lithophane colored ones.
Cool.
Oh wow.
Yeah, you should.
Oh, that
You
looks
should
nice.
you can 3D print that.
Yes.
Nice. Hey,
That's
Mike, how
the
you doing?
demon.
And
That's-
do it in really good detail. You'll need a resin printer. Ask
I know.
Jerry.
I know.
Jerry does so much resin printing.
Mike, if you'd like to drop in, here's a link. If you want to come in and hang out.
So this is the demon side.
Yeah. Chess set.
Chess set. And and this is the angel side.
Nice.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Very cool.
So this chess set,
$200, I bet, huh?
plus
Wow.
350.
But it's a nice set, though. It looks
Well,
good.
this is
Yeah.
2021. Everything went up in price.
Everything has got expensive.
Yeah, everything.
Gas is going up right now for a while, anyway. For now, it is.
Yeah.
Oh, hold on one second. I got a
So-
call. One moment.
All right, no problem.
So I'm really happy about this set here. It is absolutely the most beautiful thing. I'm just blown away how beautiful it is.
Matt, I know how you can improve your pictures. Every time you post a picture, tell us what kind of birds, what kind of plant that they're standing on. Tell us what's in the
Bluebirds.
picture. Research the picture.
Yeah, I will. Rennie,
Yeah.
here you go.
Ooh. I think you showed them the other day, didn't you?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
So,
They are absolutely stunning as
now
well.
this one is a little bit scary, so everybody who's afraid of spiders, look away.
Oh, how cute!
Cape Town, I'll grab some paints and give you some ideas.
Yeah, if you're interested in lithophane making, I give you a few tips and tricks.
I whacked my knee into the corner.
Shouldn't do that.
Thank you,
that
Matt.
hurts.
Yeah. Yeah, especially when it's already smacked Sunday into
Oh,
the
no.
stone.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's no good. Doesn't help.
No. I have so many things I need to print before I really start to explore things. I have my specific Lego train tracks. I think I told you, yeah. And also the Sauron statue I also showed. I really want to print them.
Yeah, the Lego should be not a problem, I think.
Yeah. And
That should be
that's
pretty
actually
easy.
why I purchased the 2
Start out
spools.
small and work yourself up.
Yeah. Dominic, the chess pieces is a Blizzard set already finished.
That's quiet now.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's because Liam isn't talking.
Yeah, I think.
I know.
Liam okay?
I know.
I hope he's
Yeah,
good.
he's muted. Well, the thing is, the train tracks. I actually, the reason why I wanted to purchase a 3D printer in the beginning was because I could print the train tracks myself.
And you can print as many as you want.
Yeah. And also, I purchased 2 spools of 5 kilo filament in, was it medium dark gray? I think it was. So it should match more or less the train tracks Lego already, the original Lego train tracks.
Yeah.
There's a website called 4D Bricks, 4DBRIX.com.
I heard of them.
You know them?
Yeah. I heard of them before.
Yeah. And they have, I actually gave them some money because I didn't feel okay to just download all the files and without paying something. But I actually couldn't get some kind of link or login to actually work, so I didn't have to wait for the, is it 4 or 5 second download delay?
Yeah.
Well,
But that's okay.
I got a question a bit ago on some different paints. Whenever I paint anything in resin, FDM, anything, I use primer. It doesn't really matter what brand you buy. It can be white primer, gray primer, black primer, as long as it's some sort of primer. And depending on what color you're going to paint with, you might need a white primer. You might need typically I paint everything with gray primer. If I want the colors to pop or I'm painting a chrome, I'll use a high gloss black paint. And I paint that part of the model high gloss black paint. And when I first got into painting, I was buying cheap apple barrel from Walmart. If you're doing a really large base or a large head or a helmet, these paints are cheap. A lot of people think they don't have much pigment. They work fine. You can thin them out. You can airbrush them. They work fine. It depends, on quality and different. Well, it depends on a lot of things. Or you can go buy little tiny sets like Warhammer. Your Citadel, Warhammer. There's a lot of different brands. You can buy kits on Amazon, or you can buy individual paints. I put ball bearings in these. You pull off take the cap off, pull off the top, put some small ball bearings in it. That way you're able to shake them up real good. If you don't shake them up real good with ball bearings, and you go to squirt the paint out or use a paint shaker, it's just going to come out like a clear liquid. It's separated. You have to shake it up really good and mix it. Ball bearings work good for that. When I use chrome paint, I use Spaz Stick typically. You buy these off Amazon. Different places around the world have different brands. They got a ball bearing. They're an oil-based paint. They're not water-based. And I spray these with an air gun. And something else I found out is if you use a pen, it's like a marker wherever I have it at here. That's not it. Well, I got a chrome pen. It looks like this, but it's a chrome pen. It's got a hard plastic tip, and you can paint chrome with it, and it works perfect using a chrome pen.
How thick is the tip on that chrome pen?
I have to find it, but it's a hard plastic tip. It's fairly thick. Let me find it. It's here somewhere. Hold on.
Dominic, I hope you heard my answer for the airbrushing part. Not sure if you're still here.
What's that?
Oh, it was Dominic. He asked me if I airbrushed those chess pieces.
Oh, here it is. It's called liquid chrome. and it's got a very large tip on it.
Ah, okay.
And it's a hard plastic tip. You basically, when you press it in, it goes into the cap, and then you sit there and lightly paint on chrome.
Right.
Kind of hard to see, but yeah, they work great. These chrome pens.
Would you actually also be able to take a small fine paintbrush and take some paint from this the pen and paint very, very thin lines? Would that be possible?
If it didn't dry up quick enough, you might be able to do that. Sometimes you could take your paint, if you want to use a certain type of paint in a rattle can, you can spray it into the lid, and before it dries up, take a brush and you can brush paint it real quick. Yeah. But of course, if it's oil-based or acrylic, you'd have to throw away the brush afterwards if you didn't clean it in alcohol or acetone or something like that.
Yeah.
Paint thinner. And then I have color shifting paint I bought recently. I got like 8 of these. They're color shifting paint, and they go on, and when you look at the model and you kind of turn it, it kind of changes colors. Kind of like what this dragon does. This was painted in a color shift paint.
Ooh, that is a gorgeous one.
It needs more work on it. I made this. There was another woman that painted one similar to this from VX Studios, and she just done a job much better than I did. But mine came out good. But anyway, the color shift paint came out real good on it.
I love that one. That is gorgeous painted, Jerry.
I don't typically buy a lot of different sets. You kind of buy things as you need it. Like I say, I started out with cheap apple barrel in the beginning, and then at some point I went and I bought this set or that set on Amazon, and then I might have been to go to Hobby Lobby, and I said, well, I like that color and that color, they're on sale. And you kind of buy stuff for your job at the time, and eventually you wind up with a ton of paint. Some of you might like, some of you might not like. Some of it comes out like toothpaste. And you can airbrush it, but you have to thin it down quite a bit because it's thick like toothpaste. So, and you don't want to paint a blob on a model with a brush and let it dry like that because it'll stay like that. You would have to put very little and keep painting it and feather it out. Clean your brush, feather it out to where you can barely see it like you sprayed it on, then let it dry. So you can't glob paint on. That's where a lot of people go wrong is they glob paint on. They don't know what to do with it. Well, you put too much on. Thin it out beforehand or work with very little and then keep cleaning your brush and keep applying it. I'm not a professional painter. I don't paint as much as I should paint, and my wife will attest to that. So I have so many models that aren't painted, but just kind of trial and error. You learn as you go. Opaque Cretex. I got opaque colors. I've got iridescent colors in Cretex. Let's see, more color shift. Deco art you can buy from Hobby Lobby or Amazon. Walmart might even carry it. Different brands for different things. You kind of buy this, you buy that, you kind of figure it out. And one thing about buying stuff at Walmart, if you order online, they'll have one price. If you go to this Walmart, they got that price. You go to that Walmart down the street there, then they got a different price. All their stores have different prices on the same objects for the same items, whatever it is. So, but yeah, anybody needs any advice or an opinion, I always have something to say about everything. But like I say, I'm no expert by any means on anything. And then these work really good. I got these off Amazon a while back. They're acrylic paint markers, and they have a hard plastic tip. They're not like a Sharpie. And let's see if I can find one that's open here. It's got a hard plastic tip on it, and when you press it down, the tip goes in, and then the paint runs to the tip, and then you just start coloring with it. And these things work really good for fine detail if it's the color that you want. And I got these off Amazon.
That's what I thought the other pen was, because then you can actually finally adjust how thick you paint with those tips, right?
That's just how it runs to the tip.
You
have a real fine tip. The chrome pen has a much bigger tip on it.
Yeah.
A wider tip, but that's how the paint flows through the plastic piece.
Yeah.
But these things work great. And one thing when you paint spray chrome over a high gloss black, if you do too many coats, it's going to turn silver. You have to do a light coat to give it that mirror finish that you want to make it pop. If you keep spraying over it, you're going to have silver, and it's like you just wasted your time. And every time I've tried to clear coat over chrome, it dulls it and it makes it look like silver paint. I hear that some chromes out there have a special type of clear that's made to go over their chrome. I've never tried them, but I heard they exist. So typically, if you chrome it, leave it alone and don't clear coat your model in that area. Otherwise, you're going to ruin it.
Yeah. I definitely need to pick your brain later on, Jerry,
Sure.
for airbrushing, because I do have a plan on actually buying an airbrush. I think I showed that on Liam's stream. I can't remember if you saw the picture
Yeah.
of the airbrush I wanted to print, buy, print. And I do have a plan to actually buy a, what's it called?
The one I got originally is like, I think it's an Amazon brand. It's silver. It's about yay big. It doesn't have a holding tank. If I could have done it all over again, I would have bought one with a small holding tank. A lot of people think if you don't have a holding tank and you paint a lot, because the compressor is always running, your air pressure is going to surge. I've never had surging problems, but then again, I tinker when I paint. I don't paint constantly for half hour to an hour, whatever on end. But if I could have done it all over again, I would have got one with a small holding tank. But any compressor in the world, if you're going to paint in your garage, any compressor you already own will still work as long as you got a water trap on it and a gauge so you can turn down the air pressure and the right fitting to fit your gun.
That is what I forgot the name, compressor. So my plan is to buy the airbrush together with a semi-professional or professional compressor. So yeah.
Let me just click through all these comments here.
Yeah,
I wasn't looking at them. I'm not sure how many you guys already answered.
Yeah, I was on the phone.
I answered Betty.
Yordi, if you'd like to drop in, you're very welcome to. I can post a link.
Okay, that one. I'm looking for a project where I can do 3D printed parts as well as laser cut parts.
Take care,
Well,
Chris.
that's easy. You can just, if there's anything, laser cut is actually for the outline shape of something, and then you can actually make 3D printed parts that you stick on top of it. So, I've actually, I did one. I don't have it here.
We have a laser expert in chat for 3D printing. If he would like to drop in, I'm not sure, but that's all he does is laser.
Yeah, I've done some where I did a combine of laser CNC and 3D printing, where I lasered engraved. I did CNC to cut out an area, to shape out an area. I 3D printed a model of Mars and stuck it into it, and then underneath it, I CNC'd out the. I think I've showed the image of where I CNC'd out the Mars Perseverance logo, and then I laser engraved a pattern around the outside of it using my laser.
The hardest part with airbrushing is tip drying, learning how to not get your tip to dry out on you. There's so many videos on YouTube and different people have different ideas, but tip drying is probably my biggest problem that I've ever had. Is you're spraying a paint and you need to turn off the paint before. Well, anyway, the gun is what's it called?
It's a two-step. It's a two-step
Dual
gun.
action, yeah.
Dual action. Dual action is the word. You have to learn how to properly work the dual action to help prevent tip drying, but that's the biggest problem.
You have to press down so air flows, and then you move it back to actually make the paint come out, and you can't let go because that's when the tip drying goes.
Yeah,
you have to push it forward again to shut off the paint, and then you can turn off the air.
Yeah.
Typically, for years when I was painting, I would let the tip go.
That's CNC'd.
Mars 2020.
That is pretty nice.
Yeah, that was cut out with a 3018 CNC, and then
it's not your E cup.
Sorry, no, I didn't use the E cup for that. I did that with I have an R-Tour 3018 CNC as well. You can do that with the E cup, I'm sure. I haven't tried it.
What kind of 3D printer don't you have?
There's too many I don't have. There's a long list of ones I don't have.
I think that's why my house
Here's the question, though. Here's what's different. When I'm done doing a review, unless the printer has something that I really like, I'll donate it to a school. So I keep so many here. I have about 17 or 18 here right now. But I keep so many here because some of them have features I like, or I'm not done doing stuff with them. But I will eventually like if something comes in that has some features that something else has, but this new one is a cooler way of doing it, I'll switch them out and donate something to someone.
When you're done with an IDEX, instead of donating to the school, find out how much it'd be to ship it to Jerry, and maybe we can work something out.
It'll cost you about, I'm guessing it costs about $60-$70. It's about 50 about weight is about 40 to 50 kilos for the box. They're heavy.
Yeah.
And I think I still have all the boxes.
Can you fill the box with helium? Would that help on the charges?
No, but we can put a politician in there. All that hot air will make it lighter.
Just imagine if you could come up with something that makes boxes lighter, then the whole postal system would have to refigure out all the prices.
Yeah, that would be kind of cool. I wonder. I wonder if you put a container in there that you could compress helium to a high pressure, so it would actually be really, really light.
Yeah, but on the other hand, if the UPS guy comes to your door delivering it like this, "Hi, I have a delivery," then you know what's wrong.
You know it leaks. So what's that, Victor? I bought a 3018, which is the update board. The one that came with the on-off switch broke. Well, my 3018 is from a company called Artur. They make really nice machines. And it's actually a beta machine. They haven't released this yet, and it works really well. I have I have a series of different bits and collets for it myself, and it works really really well. And you saw the quality that it did. So yeah, volume and density. So the density is there, but they measure weight, which is actually and if you can lighten the box by putting a lighter object in there, so it's going to offset the weight, which you can do, or like a lighter gas that would make it float. You can actually potentially make the box lighter. But there is a thing that when you reach a certain size box, it doesn't matter about the weight anymore. It's about size.
Just attach enough balloons and then send
the new Artur laser. Sorry, just one second, Matt. The new Artur laser. There is a new one coming out. I haven't seen it. I know about it. I know there's some of the details about it, and I know the new laser actually you can actually move Z up and down. So when you do a pass, you can actually drop your Z down for the next pass because your focal distance will change. So you can actually move it down a little bit to do it. So or even for the different parts you want the laser grave on, you can actually raise or lower your Z for the laser. So you'll be the right distance away from the part for cutting for the focal point of the laser. Now you have to be careful about lasers though, because the laser when it cuts, the beam comes out through the laser as a triangle down to a point, but that's where the cutting focal point is. But after that, it widens out again, so you end up getting like an hourglass shape, or an hourglass shape, where the center of the X is the focal point of the laser where it burns best. So you need to make sure that you adjust when you do anything with laser that you're at the focal point, because if you're not, at least the bottom of your work is at the focal point where deep you want to go. But if you're doing multiple very deep, you want to do more than one pass ideally, because it'll never cut straight, because the laser doesn't output a straight beam. It's actually a V-shaped beam. So I don't have details on the laser. Actually, I was speaking with them last week about it. So I may have some more information in the coming weeks. I'm just waiting on them to finish the design. They're working on it.
Oh, Jerry's coming back. Okay.
Yeah.
I wanted to let him know my dinner's ready. I will be half an hour. I'll be back.
Well, I'll be going in a small while because I have to pack the car with my telescopes because I'm going out to an astronomy event tonight.
Yeah.
Here's something I printed with the Onyx Black resin that I got from Frozen. It's a little utility box to put tools and stuff in.
That's a nice box.
I haven't cured it yet. I have a little place over like you can put small screwdrivers, and one of them was blocked up and had a little resin in it. So I was in there with my airbrush blowing out the air because I had soaked it in alcohol yesterday.
Or just a drill bit, a small drill bit.
Yeah. I got the last hole is plugged. I got to clear it up. I had it out back in a chair, and I brought it back in after a couple minutes. But I still have to cure it completely. But here's one of the things I printed with it.
Yeah,
definitely
that's a nice print.
Sorry, I3D Cape Town. Yeah, they're all printed except this. This is the actual the Lego model for the anniversary of the Saturn V for the the launch for the first landing on the moon. But
Yeah,
everything
and-
else behind me is 3D printed. Yes.
And
I
and
wish
I have
Liam
an
had a
on. Sorry, Jerry.
I wish Liam had a cat. I would love to see a cat get up there and tip
Oh
his
yeah.
Yeah, no cats in this house. I'm allergic to cats.
Ah,
A
Cats
dog.
are great with barbecue sauce, I heard.
Oh, you can.
Oh,
I'm
mustard.
not a fan of cats. My sister had cats, and they were well trained. Like they actually came by name. They actually responded by name, and they did what they're told, which is weird for cats, right? But I don't like. I personally do not like cats. Dogs are what I like. But
I don't have a problem with cats. Cats has a problem with me for some
Well,
reason.
there's a bonus one. There's one thing I like about cats. They prove the Earth is not flat. Because if it was, a cat would have knocked everything off the surface already.
Exactly.
Right? So cats knock everything off the tables and stuff. So if the Earth was
That
flat,
is
cats would have
true.
knocked everything off the planet.
Yeah.
Jerry,
Even
I'm
out.
gonna go have my dinner, and I'll be
I
right
need
back.
a Boston
All right,
Dynamics
thanks. See you in a
micro.
little bit.
It's a good idea, actually.
We'll still be here.
Is there models out there for that
I
kit?
have an ongoing discussion with Liam about the other NASA Lego sets. He doesn't want to buy them. I have
I
no
might
idea
consider
why.
the ISS, but I won't go for the other ones. I can just make them. I might consider the ISS, but if I do, I have to glue it together.
Yeah. There is the landing pod I showed you from was it the Apollo 11? I
Take
think it
care,
was.
Cape Town. He's leaving. He's going to bed.
I'll take care, buddy.
Later.
Jocko.
Yeah, we don't talk about conspiracy. We talk science, Gary. Come on. You know better than to bring a topic up with me. Because I was going to an hour-long rant about how stupid those guys are, so you don't want to go there.
At some point, I want to hear that rant.
You don't. You don't. I deal with these guys at astronomy events all the time. They come in, they think they know it all, and they last about 15 minutes, and I tear them apart.
Yeah. So maybe you could help me understand or actually teach me how to really get some good star pictures where I could get the colored.
With what? What are you using to take it?
Well, it should be possible with a Canon 6D and a 500 millimeter.
You don't want to go large magnification. You want to do short magnification. You don't want to do. If the more
wide
magnified,
shot.
the narrower your field of view is, and you want to take with a camera on a tripod. You want to take wide field for two reasons. Something that's narrow field, the stars. Earth rotates, right? So the stars appears to move we rotates west to east, so the stars appear to go from east to west. And the more you're magnified, the more pronounced that motion is, right? Because you're zooming in a small area. On a wide field, you can get about 30 seconds, maybe 40 seconds of an exposure, maybe even up to a minute on a really short focal length. Short focal length.
On the lens.
But now there is what you can do if you want to get into doing stuff like that, and you want to do long exposures. You can get a tracking head mount that actually goes on top of your tripod that you have to polar line, and it teaches you how to do it. But when you polar line, it goes on top of your tripod, and you align it to the North Pole, right? And what happens is you mount your camera on that, and whatever you point your camera at, as the stars as the stars appear to move across the sky, this will follow them and track them.
That is nice.
The alignment, so you can do longer exposure. So if you want to get more color and detail, you can do bright stuff like the Milky Way and a lot of other stars. But if you want to get other stuff like nebulosity, like gas clouds in space, some of that, like Orion is fantastic in the fall and in winter because there's a lot of gas around that area, right? Helium or hydrogen gas. And you can actually do a long exposure on it, and you can get some fantastic images. And if the image looks okay, like if you take multiple images, you can do stuff like stacking to get out more detail. And then you can do other image processing, which removes noise and so on out of the image. But you can do a lot. But a tracking head, you can do it. Now, Someone, Old Curmudgeon, mentioned a barn door, which is a DIY version of a tracker, and you can build a barn door tracker. You can look it up. There's good instructions online on how to make them. So that the barn door is a cheaper way. It still needs a stepper motor to control the side wheel rate and stuff like the motion. But the other option is to buy a tracking head for $400 or $500, and then you put it on top of your tripod, and your camera mounts on that. And then once you get it aligned properly, you get really good long exposures as well.
I'll definitely do that at some point. Let me show you.
The only kind of video I could ever do, Dominic, like that would be one I done a long time ago. Would be just explaining basically what I just said. Just pull more stuff out and give you my opinion. But I'm not an expert by any means at airbrushing or painting. But I could give you my opinion on how I do things with what I got. So I could do a video of that where I just set up a bunch of stuff in front of me and I talk about each one and why I personally would do this over that.
Or even show how you do it for models.
Cool.
Tracking heads are great, but they also have a great. They have a price tag. They're about $400 or $500, but they are really good, especially if you're doing wide field astrophotography. For a lot of the night sky, they're really, really good. They make a big difference. And what you need to do is you set up then your camera to take images to do multiple shots. Like you have, on your DSLR, you can get the hand controller that plugs in. We can set an intervalometer.
Yeah.
So you can actually take exposures of 1 minute, and then take another exposure for 1 minute, and take another, and then you bring them into software to stack them, and then when you stack them, you stretch the images out to get out more detail.
I've done that with a winter shot, well, a Christmas shot to get the car lights and red lights.
Yeah, but it's different though. That's a long exposure, but long exposure in looking at the sky, you have to follow an item, so you have to pick a light.
Unless you want the star trail.
Well, a star trail, you just point to the north and open the shutter and leave it open.
Yeah.
Or do multiples and then merge them, do a HDR rendering and merge them together into one. Like, let me show you. 1 second.
Before you show, Jerry, you can still hear us, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Jerry, I sent you a photo on your Facebook. If you have the possibility to show that, I'd really love to show Liam that one.
Let me show. Well, okay, we'll watch that and I'll show you what I do. Star trails, but I have a camera that's permanently looking at the night sky every night, all the time, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. But it takes images of the night sky at nighttime. It's set up in my backyard, run by a Raspberry Pi.
That is so cool.
Let me share this, Jerry, as well.
Renee, you took this picture?
Yes.
That's awesome.
Oh, that's nice. That's a total eclipse of the moon.
Yeah. It's the blood moon.
Do you know why it's red?
Because different things in the atmosphere make it look that way.
Not really, no.
Isn't it the curve of the something when the sun goes behind?
Okay.
Yeah, please explain.
White light is made up of all the colors of the rainbow, right? Yeah. Yes, thank you for Ike, Jerry. And what happens is that because a total eclipse of the moon means the moon, Earth, and the sun. So the Earth is blocking the sun's light, and there's the Earth is actually creating a shadow on the moon, right? But what happens is high energy wavelength light will come up towards Earth, get blocked by Earth, and everything else will shoot off straight past Earth, right, in a straight line. But low energy waves like reds and yellows and orange colors, what happens there is they're lower energy light, and the atmosphere of Earth bends that light, refracts the light, and bends it around Earth. So even though Earth is creating a shadow on the moon, some of that light gets bent around Earth's atmosphere, gets refracted around the Earth's atmosphere, and end up landing on the moon. But otherwise, it did actually go straight off into space if they were higher energy.
That's pretty cool.
They're low enough energy that Earth's atmosphere can actually bend the light, refract the light.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's cool. I actually had a 5-minute window to take that picture.
Yeah, I got loads of eclipses, stuff like that.
Yeah. And I took it with my 500 millimeter on a 2 times multiplier. So it was actually in reality 1,000 millimeter lens.
Well, you don't always want. Well, for some stuff that's good, but you want to be careful. You don't want to over magnify, because you must remember you're looking through Earth's atmosphere, right? And the camera, what light passes through the atmosphere, right? Do you ever look at a penny at the bottom of a pond and it looks like it's rippling?
Just a minute.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what the Earth's atmosphere does that to light. So that's why stars twinkle, right? Stars twinkle because of Earth's atmosphere. If there's no atmosphere, stars will be pinpoints, but they twinkle because of that. Now, when you magnify too much, not only do you see the distortion in the atmosphere, but you magnify the distortion as well as the image. So it actually, if you over magnify, the image gets worse. So you should only magnify up to when you still get a really clean image, as steady as possible. Because like if you went up to 400 millimeters or 800 millimeters, or 1,000 millimeters or more, let's say 1,000 millimeter, right? You will see the moon do shimmer, like it's in water, like it's on ripples at the bottom of a pond, a little bit. And that's disturbance in the atmosphere. But your image is actually going to see that, because the chip in your camera is more sensitive.
Yeah.
So the longer you do the exposure and the more you magnify, you not only magnify what you see, you also magnify the disturbances in the atmosphere, and that's going to make your image even worse and worse. It's just like if you see something up high in the sky, it's clear, but the lower it gets to the horizon, it gets more and more distorted because the atmosphere is in the way.
It's actually quite funny how you describe that thing.
You're welcome to post the link. Yes.
There you go, Jerry. There, post my image, my screen that I have shared.
Oh.
So that was taken last night by my camera, right? And if you really zoom in on this, it's a whole series. Let's see if I can zoom in. Of small dots. See them? They're individual exposures merged together to create a star trail. Now, my camera does this as well, where I can also go back to.
I used to make you a model, Curmudgeon, so you're able to post in chat when you come back.
Let's do video last night. And this is a video of motion captured throughout the whole night.
I guess my brother last night seen like 13 satellites in a row out in Prump, Nevada, because there's no lights from the city.
Oh, yeah.
It's dark where he lives. He said there's like 13 in a row following.
Oh, that's the Starlink. Probably the Starlink satellites.
Yes.
So you can see the motion there. That's a whole series of still images taken throughout the night.
It is so cool.
I gather this every night. Like you can see, if you go back to see the clouds, on a cloudy night, you get. So that's a whole series of still images put together. Now, this up here in the
why is it rounded? Why does it look rounded like I'm looking at?
Because it's got a fisheye lens.
Oh, okay. If not, I'd say we're in outer space looking at the Earth. It looks rounded.
It's a fisheye that creates that effect. But it's a series of about 1,500 still images throughout the night put together to create a motion video. And my Pi does all of this for me.
Have you ever seen a star? Any of your videos you've done in your entire life, where all of a sudden it bolts the other direction really fast and leaves the area?
No.
Okay.
See, this was before I cleaned it. See the water droplets on the inside? I actually because there was a crack in the casing, so I redid it, and you don't have that in the new one now. The new one doesn't have any. It's all dry on the inside here.
What can I use to wipe off my lens on my camera that won't scratch it?
Camera lenses are really, really strong. So to wipe the lens, you know what the lens cleaners you get for your glasses? For glasses? Yeah, they're really good for that.
Okay.
So this is the Big Dipper This is Arcturus here. And the nice thing is, during the nighttime, when I go back to my normal day, during the day the camera goes weird, but at nighttime I can overlay the constellations on my image. So you can actually see the constellations when it's nighttime. The camera does weird things during the day because of the amount of light, but at nighttime you can actually overlay. You see here, I can overlay the constellations on it, and as the image moves, they move with it.
Oh, cool.
So you can see, so it overlays on the constellations. So there's Gemini, Cancer, there's Perseus over there. The sun is over here, which we know it is. See, so it's a bit skewed, but that goes away during the day, during nighttime. It does a reset.
Yeah, I'm a Gemini, and I've got 4 weeks until I'm a little older. June 12th, I'll be 57.
You're a few weeks before me. I'm June 30th, and I'll turn 51.
Wow.
I'm on July 7.
Okay, Jerry, I think I need a drop because I have to go load up my car with my telescopes for tonight.
Okay.
I'm only bringing my small telescope with me tonight. I'll take photographs and post them on Facebook so you can see them.
Why don't you set up a camera as you're loading it from your garage to your truck or your car and make that a video? And then when you get yourself, set up a camera, you unloading them, and you can make a video out of it.
I never thought of doing it. Well, it's only 3 pieces. It's a box, the OTA, which is about 5 feet tall.
It's still content, or have your son or your daughter or wife or someone just film you while you're loading, and then you can throw it and make a video out of it.
Yeah,
be different.
I could do that. That's an idea.
When I built my property in Prump in 2008 through 2010, 2011, I've got hundreds and hundreds of photos. When I bought the 2.5 acres, built the garage, which took a very long time, I'm thinking about getting that CD, taking all those photos and making a video of the photos where it switches from one to another, and then I narrate the whole thing talking about it, because I think people might like watching it.
Maybe I'll do one about my telescope, about the scope that I have.
Everything is content. People love everything.
Yeah, maybe. Actually, I might do it out of the park because the park is really nice. And I'll set up, and I'll have one of the guys out there with me, and I'll talk about the scope. And he'll always give me a hard time, so that'll be on video too. But I might get to record that on my cell phone and use that, and maybe I'll post that because that'll be kind of fun. The setup of the park is with this scope I'm bringing tonight. It can come apart to smaller pieces, but I store it in 2 pieces. I have the base box, which is called the rocker box. I have the upper tube assembly, slots in place, and I'm done. It's so easy. Now I have another scope that's 8 feet tall, and you need a ladder to look through the eyepiece. And with that one, when I bring that out, I have to assemble it because it's too big to move in one piece. I have to take it apart to move it, or I'll store it apart and I have to assemble it. It's got a 20-inch mirror inside in it for light gathering. So it's the one that I'm going to use tonight is a 13-inch mirror, but the really big one is a 20-inch mirror. It's a beast. I even got ramps for my truck so I could load or unload it because it weighs 150 pounds. Just the mirror box is 150 pounds. So I can't. I've lifted it, but it's back breaking. So I got the foldable ramps that you can get in Harbor Freight.
Yeah,
I got a set of those. And then I can actually, with a bit of help, I can get it up, push it up the ramp and into the back of the truck. And then unloading it, I can actually just roll it back down again and then put on the upper parts of it.
Yeah, I've got steel ramps that have steel treads on them. They're like holes in them. I got from Harbor Freight years ago for my 4-wheeler. And then I attach chains to them, and I put the chains on my bumper so those ramps won't slide off. And
I have the same.
That way it grabs you.
I don't have steel. I have nylon straps that you can crank.
Hey, I'm done.
Hold in place. I use the nylon strap.
The nylon is a little stretchy as well, so you can actually...
And it won't scratch up your paintwork as well.
Yeah.
The metal ones, the steel ones, if they slide, they can end up scratching your paintwork, whereas this one, it won't. It's just a nylon strap, and you clip it on.
How long? Oh, I didn't know you were back.
Yeah. Oh, no, I just came back.
Maybe
But now that he's here, I can't put up with him anymore.
Well, you other guys, everybody here should be able to see if somebody's sitting down there waiting. So if somebody comes in, let me know if you see them.
I don't think we do.
You can't see all of us now.
No,
Will?
No, I only see ourselves.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
All right, I'm going to drop because I have to go get my stuff loaded. What I might do is I might do a quick video about at the park, not loading it because loading it is only 3 pieces, the eyepieces and the 2 others, right? But I might
Yeah.
do one on the other part about setting it up at the park and talking about the scope.
Yoa was in
Oh,
Israel.
I'd love to
and
see
that's-
that.
Yoa was in Israel, and that sucks. There's all that violence and shit going on over there right now. He said he might have to go to a shelter. Yeah, I hope that gets better.
Yeah, that's crap, man. Just be
Well,
safe, Yoav. Whatever, okay? Just
Yeah,
take care of
definitely.
yourself and your family.
cover the printer and hide the toaster. I don't know, but yeah, I'll be safe.
I blanket over the printer to keep dust
Oh.
off it just in case, and then but get yourself to shelter and make sure you're safe.
Yeah, be safe, dude.
Right, I'm gonna bounce. I'll do a short video about my scope. You might see in the next day or two. I'll record on my cell phone, or maybe I'll bring my video camera with me. But I'll do a quick talk about the scope and just explain about it, and then maybe some other time I'll bring out the big scope onto my driveway, and I'll do a video there about how it's set up.
I'd love to see
if you
that,
want to
Liam.
look it up, it's a 20-inch obsession. The big scope is a 20-inch obsession telescope.
Yeah, that's where you look in the front, and then it goes back, and then you can see.
Yeah,
out,
it's a
right?
It's a reflector. Yeah. So I have refractors too, and I have SCTs, but the obsession, the 20-inch obsession, is a monster. I need a ladder to look through the eyepiece.
I'd love to see that one. And
Well, I'll do a setup, and maybe I'll do a video about how it's set up as well.
cool.
All right, guys, I'm gonna go. It was fun,
Have a good
Jerry,
one,
as
Liam.
always. I'm sorry
Thank
I can't
you.
stay longer.
Take care.
All right,
Take
I'm
care,
going,
man.
guys.
I have to have a bio break.
Okay. Navari, hello. You're the only person that I actually sent a link out to after I started, Trevor. If you'd like to pop in and say, hey, I'm not sure if you're still working or if you're closed
Yeah,
yet,
come in.
but you're very welcome to come in. And I can even show off a video for your store. So,
What you been
I need
eating
to-
tonight?
What's that?
What you been eating tonight?
Let's see. What have I had? Yesterday, I made some goulash type stuff. I had some
All right.
frozen spaghetti sauce. I had a can of cut tomatoes in the cupboard. I went and bought some penne noodles, penne noodles, I think they're called. Cooked them up, cooked up some hamburger, threw it all together, and made like a goulash. Then I had some ciabatta bread, I think it's called. I threw it in the toaster, put butter on it, garlic powder, and then Parmesan cheese. Kind of make like a garlic toast that I had with it. And I had that this morning for breakfast.
All right.
And now I drank a Monster earlier, and now I'm drinking a Mountain Dew. And I don't have the shakes yet.
Yeah, I had gammon roast tonight.
Here's a quick video I can pop up for Trevor Navari 3D Makers. I'll pop this video up, then I got to run outside and grab a print I got out in the sun, a resin print.
Okay.
And that was Trevor's store down in Navarre, Florida.
Yeah,
That's
looks
pretty cool.
nice. Yeah, I like. I would like to have half of his machines. I prefer to be them all to be the same type, but then it's just easier.
You never know. You wouldn't want all the same types. There's too many different companies and brands. You might find you decide you like this one better than that one. It's good to have a variety. You might favor one over another, and then future printers, you might want more of this one than that one. So it's always good to try different things out.
Yeah, right now I've fallen in love with the A30M.
Hey, and here's the man himself, Trevor from Navarre 3D Printing. Hey, what's going on?
I'm good. How are you doing?
Real good. Still working, huh?
Oh yeah, we're open another 2 hours. So
Okay, good.
Hello, Trevor. Nice to meet you.
how's it going?
Hey, Trevor.
Hey Matt. I like your big hiney.
Thank you.
What are y'all guys doing today?
Renee, you're in Denmark, right?
Correct.
And you're a big Lego collector. You have tons of Legos.
Yes.
How often do you have your Legos all set up and making different buildings and things, and they're not just in buckets?
Well, I had to tear down more or less the whole thing to actually be able to move. But all the boxes I showed the other day, and I'll show for Trevor. I don't know if you saw Trevor in the Astro Printer stream, but you can see here.
Okay.
This is just some of it. So it's all the way to the floor and all the way up here. So
Lots of Legos.
And that's that's the opened boxes. So I have a lot that is unopened. Yeah.
Nice.
What are you building with all those Legos?
I don't do mocks. I have a plan about doing a mock. Mock means my own creation. I really want to do some kind of mountain landscape with Hogwarts and train and stuff like that, and city in the foreground and all that kind. So that, but the problem is actually having space for it as well.
Yeah.
So
Especially if you get 3D printing now started.
yeah. Now it's getting even worse with space. So
yeah, you need a bigger home, I think.
Well, yeah.
Or you need to attach a new building to your home, like a warehouse or something.
True. You have seen the big home, right? Where you have the floor plan like this, and then up here that's the tiny room with the bed. The rest is the Lego room.
Yeah.
Exactly. Trevor, what's the name of your Facebook group that you sell quality returns on?
USA Exchange Group.
Okay.
Oh man, I can't be in there. I'm not USA.
I did Facebook to where that.
You're breaking up, Trevor.
Did y'all lose video, or is that just me?
Yeah. TK's 3D prints. Yeah, I've seen that. There's actually an artist that does that as well. So, but he makes it so you can have 3 angles. They are pretty awesome.
I missed y'all here for a minute.
Okay.
Oh, sorry, I was laughing about something else.
I see a question here about my clients. I don't know. It's a little bit of both.
This week I got some more repairs in, so I got like five repair jobs. Some weeks we do a lot of print jobs, and then other weeks we'll sell a lot of printers. It's cyclical, and it's kind of nice because it keeps it interesting. I'll show you one I got a couple weeks ago. I just finally took time to look at it because it was last on my list, and you'll probably guess why when you see it here. Swap cameras.
Uh-oh.
What the hell?
And it's kind of hard to see, but there's also a lot of burn marks in here.
Wow.
Wow.
So
Wow.
the complaint was it won't work.
Yeah, I'm not surprised. That's butchery.
Even the hot end. So, but I got everything else done. I got a QQ fixed. One of the QQs didn't want to get fixed. I got this one here for any cubic to figure out. It's kind of weird. You say there's
You're breaking up. Your video's frozen, Trevor. Still frozen. Can't hear you. Now we can kind of see you, but you're not moving.
I lost you. Okay. Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on. Anyway, you set your leveling to, and then you hit Z equals 0. And then it immediately forgets it. So, I don't know. Waiting on any cubic to answer that one. I'm sure it's probably a board issue because I've reloaded firmware on it. Not a firmware problem. So.
Yeah, it could be
now empty.
Could be a broken EEPROM or something.
Yeah.
Have you tried change the EEPROM?
I don't know that you can on those on a any cubic photon. This is an original.
Soldering on.
Nor do I want to take it to that level. I mean, I definitely can solder, but that's just that's a lot of work to get those boards out. It's actually a 30-minute job to get that stupid board in or out of the machine. I'm talking 30 minutes each way. It's a horrible design. These people keep putting out resin printers, and they need to make them serviceable. If you're going to hold on to one, we know you're going to replace the screen at some point. That's what I like about my transforms.
Hi, Esther. Hi, Trevor.
Hi, how you doing?
Hey, Betty.
How are you?
Good. When are you and Jerry going to come visit?
I'm coming down to visit you in June or July, so you better pay your shop.
I'm here every day but Monday.
Just calling first.
Cool.
Jerry, you're not coming with?
No, I'll be here hanging out.
You need to meet me and my mom.
Oh, yeah, that explains it.
That's mean.
That's not exactly the party crew for a guy,
What are you
We let y'all have woman time. It's it works out better.
What are you working on, Jerry?
There's drink droids where the cans
Is it
go in.
working yet?
Well, I'm working on the servo. I'm working on the servos.
Let's see if the Wi-Fi stays on. I'm doing another engraving.
Ouch. Oh, mute him, please.
Is it loud?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's loud in here. It hurts your ears.
I know. Sounds almost like a bell not ringing. But it's ringing.
Yeah. Isn't that weird that brass makes that noise? It's only brass. Yeah. Each metal has its own noise, but brass, oh my God, it's so loud.
Probably the vibration, isn't it?
Probably resonant frequency or something. I don't know. I'm hitting it with some power. You can see little dust particles of brass at each.
Yeah, I saw that.
So,
Did
I
you see?
want a new one. The new lasers they have are 3D, so you can throw a 3D STL in it, and it'll actually, you obviously can't cut under it, but you can make an entirely 3D engraving.
Oh,
They're
that's
awesome.
pretty cool.
Oh yeah.
Did you see Astro Printer Liam's unboxing of the E-Cube, where he laser engraved? No, okay. You should definitely go back and watch it. That's a pretty cool and precise laser engraving he made.
He has a CO2 laser, right?
No,
Yeah, K40 like I got, and then I think he bought another one.
CO2. K40 CO2.
Yeah,
and then
he
also have diode lasers now.
Then he has a diode. I think he has an Otura. I think he bought also.
These are both fibers.
Yeah, Trevor, maybe we had a discussion a long time ago. Well, more me with Liam actually. I worked at a factory as the software developer for the factory, and there was this German guy, one of the technicians that built the machine. He said something about lasers being able to engrave any kind of color into any kind of metal.
Yeah, you can do like on titanium, you can do like 12 colors. I tell you what, Jerry, I'm going to send you a photo real quick.
Okay.
Give me like 1 minute to send it to Jerry here, and you'll see what I'm talking about. It's awesome.
Yeah, the fiber laser is a rich man's hobby. So anybody here in chat that's well off financially, you might own a fiber laser or have a business.
I looked at one of the new 3D ones, and I was drooling, and I called him, and about a minute into the conversation, he told me they start at like 55,000. I'm like, I'm not even gonna waste your time anymore, dude. I'm so sorry already. I'll just take that off my wish list. So no, those are real ones.
Well, laser stuff is not cheap.
Yeah, but I mean, to me, that was like a boyhood dream to have like a powerful laser that would melt metal and stuff.
Yeah, last year here in Vegas at an auction house that sells Amazon returns, they had a fiber laser like Trevor's on there that went for $2,200. But you're just looking at pictures online. You don't know what kind of condition it's in, what's wrong with it, what might not be there. But it was a great deal at $2,200 if you wanted to bid on it. But
problem is just never knowing what you get.
Yeah,
it's the same with the store purchases, storage purchases, right?
Yeah.
You have how many seconds to log in, and then you have to bid.
But you know what?
Oh man,
people have already been through it. Put a fake lock on.
We're losing most of your audio.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can tell. That guy cut the lock off and went through the storage locker already, and probably put another fake lock.
Most of those shows on Discovery Channel are staged just for ratings.
Yeah,
Hello, Carl, how you doing?
Doesn't it work like that in real?
Well, I mean, it could if you're running a storage unit. You could cut your own lock off and check it, and then put it. Yeah. Hey, Mylan. If anybody would like to drop in and hang out, here's the link right here. You're welcome to do so. Everybody's welcome to come online and talk about what you're working on or not working on, or in general, you're welcome to join in.
It kind of threw me off today, Cherry. You live streaming today. So I was expecting tomorrow to be online, and now in a matter of 15 minutes, you were like online, and I'm like, oh, I have to go.
Yeah, I was sitting there just tinkering around, and I figured, well, I'm just sitting there doing whatever. I might as well be doing it online, talking to people. But when I chat, I get less work done because I'm watching chat. When I get my Prusa Mini in the mail, I'm going to have somebody that already owns a Prusa or Prusa printers to come online with me. They can sit here and talk to chat while I talk to them and chat. That way I can stay working and I won't have to sit here and keep posting chat on the screen. I can concentrate on building.
Yeah, I wish I had a Prusa. I had one 2010, I think, or 2011. I had one Prusa.
Uh-huh.
And but this one got sadly nicked from me. Somebody broke in my home and stole my printers and my computer equipment.
People should die for that.
Yeah, I paid something like 700 quid for it, or 800 quid for the Prusa, and that was a mini like this, like size of that, you know. It made me really angry, and I didn't have no insurance either.
Yeah.
Now I have everything for everything insurance.
Now, Trevor, I know how you do this on tiles. You would paint them one color and then you burn through the layers. Once I show these, I don't understand how you do it. Is it the same process?
No, you're annealing the metal. You're heating up the surface of the metal, and it changes it permanently into that color. That's not when you engrave. A lot of times, what you're talking about is like I'm actually removing metal. And
you're moving layers of paint, basically. Yeah,
that's not doing this. And there's no with the fiber laser. You're not using sprays, tricks, none of that. That's just laser and metal.
Wow.
Now I can't do that. That's something like I'm like I'm not the Ender 3 noob quite, but when it comes to lasering, that's somebody with a lot more experience than I have.
That is so cool.
So, but yeah, titanium and stainless steel, you can get between I think 7 and 10 colors.
Wow.
So, yeah.
That is so cool.
Unfortunately, if you go into the laser groups, they're not helpful like 3D printer groups. Everybody in there is just a real kind of douche. Nobody will help you. And I've been in that group for 2 years now, and I asked a guy a question the other day, and he just ignored it. So you won't get help in those groups. I'm always down to help out a little bit, but man, like 3D printing groups are really helpful. You go in there, you ask a question, and as long as you've done a little bit of due diligence and read, nobody will make fun of you. If you ask a stupid question, of course, people will josh you. That's just because you didn't take 30 seconds out to do a search.
Yeah.
But yeah,
there's so many. Well, if I see people, can I get a link for this? I definitely help them, but let me Google that for you.com is a good thing to show people how to Google.
Exactly. But yeah, in the laser groups, pretty much people just kind of show off, almost like advertising what they've done. But they'll, you ask for any advice, no go. So it's kind of just hit or miss. You gotta really spend a lot of time to dial that kind of stuff down.
Yeah.
So
Trevor, you don't know me so well. Sorry.
Mylan's in the emergency room right now. Hope everything's okay.
Yeah.
Print newbie.
What? Wait, Mylan, the guy we talked to Wednesday?
Yeah, he's disabled vet. He's in a chair. He has different medical issues. He has to go to the hospital for this and that.
Oh shit! I hope he's okay. Trevor, you don't know me so well yet. I hope to get to know people more.
Trevor, that spot on his forehead is not a big ugly mole. He tripped and fell down.
Yeah, my house face palmed me.
Ow! I'm glad you're okay.
The house.
I'm fine. This was Sunday, 6 days ago, 5 days ago, and let's just say it wasn't pretty. So I had to sleep a few hours after that. Luckily, I didn't feel bad or had to throw up or anything, so I know it was not a concussion. But I had a headache a few days after still. So, but now everything is okay. Uh, just some bruising and some cuts. Yeah.
A few years ago, I blacked out. I was having a lot of medical problems, and my health had got so poor at home, I blacked out real bad. And I was getting up in the middle of the night to use the restroom, and next thing you know, I was hitting the wall. I fell down the hallway, landed on a box of clothes. I bruised my tailbone extremely badly, and I just seen white, and I just blacked out. Here's 3D Print Newbie right here. Hey, Mylan, how you doing? What's going on?
I was on a transport bus today, coming from seeing my neurologist. A guy was driving like a complete maniac. I'm on the rear left side of the bus. He's whipping through a parking lot, hits the curb, pretty much launches me out of my wheelchair. Luckily, I had a seatbelt on. Threw both my legs off to the left side, slammed my ribs into the armrest of my chair, and then slammed my head, left side of my head, into the window of the van.
Wow.
So my neck seized up and everything else. But I had to go to the emergency rooms. That's where I'm at now.
Was your dog with you?
I'm sorry?
Was your dog with you?
No, he was not with me today. He would have been ballistic. So I'm hollering out on the bus, and the guy's like, "Oh, I'm sorry, man. My bad." He didn't ask for all the anything else. Yeah.
I have a long series of bad words I could come up with right now.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I called the transportation company since I got back. I called the ambulance to come get me. So, and then my VA rep, she went in and called a lawyer, gonna contact me on Monday. So
good.
But other than that, besides today, I'm doing good, man. So could miss the stream. So just been printing lithofangs or trying to get it dialed in, and I'll be getting better with the help of Matt there. So
yeah, I'm waiting
Mylan,
for you.
Can I
get
ask
better.
you something?
Yes, sir.
I know you have you're in a chair, but how bad is it? Can you move your arms or
I can move my arms. Right arm better than my left arm, but
okay.
the bottom half of my left arm is paralyzed. The bottom half of my left leg is paralyzed, and a portion of my back and my neck. So, but it's ALS. ALS affects people differently, and it progresses people differently. So,
okay.
But yeah, I have it, but I try to keep fighting. So, just like Jerry's been 64 and he never gave up. So,
yeah,
he keeps on fighting and going.
Keep fighting, man.
So, yeah, that's what you got to do. So,
well,
now just doing some more printing.
Good. Got you on morphine right now?
I'm sorry?
They got you on morphine right now?
They had me on Valium, Toradol, and Dilaudid.
Okay.
So,
well, I hope you get better soon.
Yeah, get better.
Get well soon.
Yeah.
So how's the prints going, Jerry?
Everything's going good. Just working on my droid build, working on the little little droid. I didn't have that servo bolted in yet, but just working on this and that. So
whatever happened with the Echo?
It's still sitting on a shelf above the resin printers. I haven't worked on it in a long time. Eventually it'll get worked on. So I don't know when.
Yeah, I heard you guys talking about laser printing.
So yeah, that was actually a pretty interesting conversation. I don't know. Did you see the pictures Trevor showed?
No. I just gotten in I just got on like 2 minutes ago. So
okay, let me explain. I asked. Oh, that is. I asked Trevor because I worked at a company as a software development, and there was this technician that was creating a machine and building the machine for something in the factory. And I asked him how would it be possible for a laser to actually make some color engravement in in the metal. And yeah, he said more or less a bunch of colors. And then Trevor, he sent Jerry some photos, and that's the one you see now. So yeah, titanium and was it steel? He said have a wide
Stainless
range
steel,
of colors. I think it was 7 to 12 colors or something.
Yeah.
So that's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's real cool. So
Yeah,
I
Trevor.
don't really have the room for a laser printer, but if I can find me a smaller one, I like to try to do the tiles that everybody's doing. You know, doing the pictures on the tiles and stuff like that.
You get a little old chur, just make sure your dog doesn't look at the laser when you're using it. You'd have to keep a skirt or something around a cardboard to make sure you can't see it line of sight.
I'd have it in a different room and just keep the door closed so he couldn't be going in there.
Yeah.
Well, you can't leave it. You can't leave a laser unmaintained either. You can't be in another room while it's working in there. If something goes haywire, you don't want to burn your apartment down.
Oh, well, that's true too. So I just have to get him some safety glasses and strap them to his head.
Yeah.
or make some kind of enclosement that so you can still see.
Trevor.
Yeah.
Cheryl had a question here about your printers, your lasers.
I've replied on there about the lasers here. It's
okay.
It's BWM.
Okay.
Now, how long did it take you to do that stuff, Trevor? With your
when you buy these, it just depends. For if I'm engraving jewelry, a couple seconds. If I'm doing a coin like what Jerry has, I might hit each side for as much as an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, depending on how much metal I have to take away.
Oh, okay.
I mean, every time that it does a pass, you can see a noticeable amount of removal, but it's kind of like watching 3D printing.
Oh, that's awesome, Jerry.
It's very nice.
That is beautiful.
And
solid brass. Solid brass.
And you did engraving with your laser on that, Jerry?
Trevor did that for me.
Oh, Trevor did it? Okay.
Yeah, my laser, my K40 can't do this.
Yeah, K40 is a CO2. I have a fiber lasers. Fibers are for metal. CO2s are for like acrylic, wood, cardboard, stuff like that.
Okay, cool. So I didn't know there were I knew there were different types of lasers, but I didn't know one type is for metal and one type is just for plastic and wood and stuff like that. Yeah,
just like on a CO2 laser, you have a tube. And that tube pretty much dictates how big your laser is, right? So like on a K40, that laser tube is almost the entire length of that machine. And the bigger they get, same thing. On a fiber laser, it's solid state. So it looks like just a computer case.
Oh, okay.
Here's another question for you, Trevor.
I charge $25 plus artwork.
So around $100 to make it for me, for instance, if I have a custom.
Most artwork's pretty easy. No, normally artwork's about 25 to 40. It just depends. And and you can do most of it yourself, you know.
Yeah.
All I need is vector files.
Yeah. So if I make some kind of SVG or anything for you, you could do it easily.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, but for me, it will still be $100 because I probably need to pay taxes of that when it goes into custom to Denmark.
And shipping.
And shipping, yeah.
I had somebody from China ask me to ship something to them. And I didn't even get a quote ready yet, but I'm sure it'll be expensive.
$100 million.
Yeah. Apparently, I see that Creality has a new dryer box out, and so Sunlu asked me to buy it and send it to him. It looks like they raised it up and they put a fan in the bottom, and so I guess Creality Sunlu wants to reverse engineer it, maybe.
Speaking of reverse engineering, the movie Ben Affleck is in, where he reverse engineers, he gets a shot to forget back until a certain time.
Yeah, I think I've seen that one, Matt.
Yeah. What's it called?
The laser engravers are about $6,000, aren't they, Trevor?
Yeah, anywhere from probably 3 to 7. They start out at a basic 20 watt, but if you want accessories, which of course you do, tack another 800 to 1,000 on. But you need a rotary, so you can put like a Yeti cup on and engrave that while it turns. And then I found out, like, to engrave certain things, my tower wasn't small enough. So I had a 500 millimeter tower. So instead, I bought a 700 or actually an 800 millimeter tower. And now my laser can focus higher.
How old are your machines, and do they ever depreciate much, or they're still current? Or
as long as you take care of them, I mean, lasers kind of, they're rated at 300 or 500,000 hours. I mean, pretty much indefinite. So, in fact, I'm thinking about upgrading, and one of my local buddies wants to buy it from me. And at this point, he'll probably pay what it costs me. Because as you guys probably know, the products coming out of China right now are not the same quality they were before COVID. There's a lot of shortages, and things are not getting put together right. My latest Crowley order, let me tell you, man, jacked up. Everything, bolts, screws, nuts, bad everything. So just, I'm not going to sell it for anything less than what I got for it, just because.
No, because you probably need to fix it before you actually sell it.
If anything, it's been tested. Just like a 3D printer.
Yeah, everything gets tested before it ships. I don't think any company slams things together before they test hot ends and boards, et cetera, et cetera. I assume they test everything before they're thrown together.
Now, Jerry,
I gotta get
the
new
laser
internet.
you have.
Yeah, you do.
Jerry, the laser you
I
have.
paid for $100.
That's good for.
That's what's bad. I promise.
I have a K40 laser. I bought the Omtech laser out of California. They sell them on eBay and everywhere. Omtech in California guarantees them out of California. It came in perfect condition, but then you got to add this to it. You got to add there's a lot of things you have to add to it after you buy it.
But you can 3D print a lot of it.
Yeah, like the air assist nozzle, so you don't have little fires flaring up.
And move that side off to the right so you have more room over there for your area.
Yeah, you can always take the laser and you can open it up, remove the electronics, put it on the outside, make a bigger build volume. There's a lot of things you can do.
Yeah, and you can lace all the things off so you can have more space.
If somebody wanted to tinker with a laser just to get into it, and I don't own an Auteur, but I think I should have bought an Auteur before I jumped over it and bought a K40, because an Auteur right out of the box is larger, and the kind of things I do, an Auteur will do.
Right,
now,
but K40s were $250 before COVID.
I paid almost $400 for mine before COVID. It was like $390, I think. I got a discount coupon. It was like $390, and they shipped it in like 3 days.
I don't know. When I priced them, I was looking at $250, $275 with delivery.
Huh.
But yeah, that was about 2 years ago. So
yeah, and then all of a sudden people started buying them. They're like, "Hey, they're buying them. Let's jack the price up." Like with anything, you get a great deal on filming on Amazon from some company. You love it for $15. Next thing you know, it's $20 a roll, and then I move on and don't buy it no more. Everybody does it, but when it came to COVID,
went up.
When I go to Harbor Freight and buy blue gloves for my resin printers, you got a giant box for $5.99. Now you get half as many for $20. It's ridiculous.
They got expensive. Yeah. Sam's is still the best place to buy gloves.
Mm-hmm. I got Sam's. Yeah, I got a Sam's card. Yeah, no Costco.
Now, Jerry, I remember you were talking about in the beginning. You were trying to do designs on coasters.
Yes.
But, does yours also like cut acrylic, and
you
able to do that?
It'll cut thin acrylic. I'm not sure what. I've never experimented with it, but it would. If you make multiple passes, you can cut thin acrylic. But I have never tried, so I don't have an opinion yet. around Christmas time, I was using it quite a bit. And then, like everything else that Jerry does, he moves on to something else and it sits. But I use it occasionally. So,
guys, I'm gonna say goodnight, and I'll see you next time.
well, thank you for stopping in, Matt. I really appreciate it. And everybody,
man.
Thank you. Sorry, I was not that talkative today.
That's fine. It's fine.
It's okay. Matt, before you go real quick, did you get that message I sent you on Facebook?
Yeah, I replied also.
Okay, well, I've been here, so I haven't been able to see it yet. So, okay, well, I'll read it and get back to you.
Take care, Matt.
Have a good one, Matt.
Have a good night, man.
You too.
See, if I was to get a laser printer, I'm gonna notch out a plan for business before I buy it to see if I've got, the demand to
We lost Trevor.
Yeah.
if there's a demand around me to do things that I can do with the laser.
Yeah.
So
I feel you, Mylan, and it's always good to have that because, well, I have a good job, so I just buy things because I want them.
Yeah.
So, so I can make things for me. And if other people need something, then cool. It's yeah.
Yeah, that's really what I started out with when I got my first two Ender 3s. I was making stuff around my apartment. I needed coasters, so I made some coasters. I needed soap dishes, one in the bathroom, one in the kitchen. I made some coverings and some lights that sit on top of my shelves that shine down through the rest of the shelves. I have an antenna that I use. I don't even use cable. I have an antenna, so I made a stand for that so it wouldn't slide and falling over and stuff like that. But I'm always thinking about something else I can make for me. But now I'm starting to get into the lithophanes. I'm getting a pretty good demand for those and a couple of different busts and stuff like that. I just did a Deadpool bust. It's about a foot tall. So, yeah, it's not painted or anything yet. So, right now.
Who's taking care of your dog while you're in the hospital?
My aide is going over there.
Okay.
So she has keys, and she goes over and walks him and feeds him and stuff like that. Lets him get out and stretch his legs.
Any idea when you can go home?
Well, they're saying I should probably be going home tonight.
Oh, so, okay.
Yeah, well, so they're saying probably going. They're gonna put me in another neck brace. So until the muscles in my neck and stuff calm down, I'm still waiting. I'm still waiting to hear back on the X-rays of my ribs and my neck. So, but I'm not the only patient in the hospital, so I know I got to take care of. So
yeah,
I just sit here, relax, and stare at the idiot box. And well, now I'm talking to you guys. So
are you in your own room, or do you have a book company?
No, I'm in my own room.
Good.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, I've been in rooms with other people, and I hate being with other people. But if you go into something, you get your own room.
Yeah, no, I can't stand being in a room with somebody else. I mean, I'm not saying all my habits are top notch and good. I'm sure I've got bad habits too, but it's like every time I get put in a room with somebody, I'm like, okay, just come and dope me up and put me to sleep, or fix me and send me home. So.
Yeah, and then the idiot on in the other bed can smell your farts because you can't.
Yeah, you can't fart, you can't scratch your butt, dig in those, without somebody watching you. No,
it's the same with old women.
Yeah, and I don't know what it is. It's like I can go to the hospital 10 times, and those 10 times only once. Do I get the cute nurse?
If you lose IQ,
it's like the big Russian woman with the mold the size of a dime on her face.
If you lose IQ from watching TV, then I'm an effing idiot. So I watch an awful lot of everything.
Yeah.
I don't have time to watch mainstream television anymore. I only watch streaming services, movies, and then I program a lot and play with Lego, obviously. Yeah.
I'm the same way. I had cable for so long, and then it was just everything on cable. It just turned into a rerun.
Yeah,
You know,
exactly.
So it's the same thing. So I was
don't
like,
want to pay for
and
that.
I'm always on YouTube. If I want to watch movies, I've got Tubi. They have huge selections of movies and TV shows. Plus, I have Terrarium. Plus, I have Kodi. I have Pluto TV. So I'm like, I can just go ahead and knock off $125 off my bill and just pay for internet.
Yeah.
I think it's Netflix, for instance. They don't list the years of the movies when they're made. I don't remember if it's Hulu or Netflix, but I think it's Netflix. And there's been shows on there that I've watched, and then like I'm an hour into them, it's like, wow, this looks really familiar. I think I seen this a couple of years ago. And I wish they would always list in the title when it's made, so I would know whether I'm watching something current or I probably already seen it. I get forgetful, but
Netflix has the age it came out, the year it came out.
Okay, then it must be Sling or a different one. But there's one of them that I watch that doesn't list the year, and I get confused sometimes. I might rewatch.
Well, that happens even with me on like Kodi and Terrarium. I'll know the name of the movie and I'll punch it in, and there's like 6 versions of it. Then I got to go back and check and see when it was made, because I might be wanting to see the one for 1987, but there's one that was made in 2018. It's got the same name, but it's totally different. So I do that. So
yeah,
Jerry, so what are you working on? You working on more electronics, Jerry?
Yeah, I'm working on a droid build. So
that's the one that pops up the cans, right?
Yeah, I'm just tinkering with it. Well, our
Jerry,
next video, go ahead.
imdb.com is your friend.
Okay. Yeah, I done a friend request on you the other day, and you're on Liam's stream.
imdb.com, that is a website. It's international movie database.
Oh, okay.
Just saying.
No, I have a Facebook page, but it's just for business. I don't have a personal Facebook page. So it's just for me to advertise stuff that I've done and what I can do and stuff like that. So, but as for personalized, no, I don't have one. So
okay.
Just a Facebook page for business.
Yeah, I thought you were telling me about yourself. You're on Facebook, imdb.com. But yeah, okay, I'm here now. I'm looking at it. Yeah, okay. See where we at with chat.
How many people got watching, Jerry?
Yeah, I don't think so. It's background music, and I don't think it. Hopefully, it won't. I can't really hear while you're playing, so hopefully, it won't do anything.
Let me make sure this TV's down low enough too. So
yeah. Yeah, YouTube's algorithm does all kinds of things. So
I didn't even think about that. I was sitting there with this little, you know, how it plays through the hand control.
Background noise.
Yeah. Well, the TV always plays through that hand control, and I didn't even think about that.
So that was the wrong one.
And for all the guys or all the people watching the stream, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. So when's going to be the next stream for the droids, Jerry?
Next Friday at 4:00 Pacific.
Oh, okay.
We'll all get together and have another stream on that.
Pacific, that's Las Vegas time, right?
Yeah, well, this side of the country. Right now it's 3:30 p.m. here, so next week it would be a half hour from right now. So whatever time it is we are, Renee, it'd be a half of 30 minutes from right now.
Okay.
Next Friday.
Okay.
It's 6:30 for me.
And it's 12:30 a.m. It must be, I think, in the middle of the night, 30 minutes past midnight. We don't use the AM PM thing.
Okay.
We actually know what 24-hour clock is.
Yeah.
Oh man, I'm so ready to get out of here. I got to get back to printing.
Alrighty.
I actually right now I'm printing. I found out how to do it, and it's going to be about. It's a picture of Muhammad Ali, his fight, the Thrill of Manila with Frazier.
Uh-huh.
It's that picture when Frazier's laid out on the ground and Ali's standing above him. So it's going to be about 13, 14 inches tall.
Wow.
It's going to be it's 30 hours of printing on it. Using 176 grams, which is not a lot for something that big. So 176 grams of filament, but it's 30 hours worth of printing time. So, but I'm printing a big lithophane like that. So for a guy,
that is pretty cool.
Yeah. So printing that up. So, but I try and find things that appeal to people, So, but I have to say, most of the people that order stuff from me, I would say 95% of my customers are women. So, because they want vases, they want tea light candle holders, they want this, they want that. The guys want the lithophanes like Muhammad Ali, or they want a bust of this or a bust of that, Or can you print this? I'm like, yeah. So I get one order for a guy like every 2 weeks. That's about it. So most of them are women. So, and I have all 4 of my aides and a couple other people are on my friends list, and they advertise and share all the stuff that I put up to all their friends. So it helps out. Then when I sell something, I just give them a cut of the money. So I just don't want to do something for free. So I mean, they do it, but I'm just not that way, If something sells
Kenny.
for $, I'd give them 20. I mean, I'd give them 5.
That's pretty cool, Milan.
Yeah, TK just sent me a picture on Twitter. I'm trying to. Oh, I got to change the name. That's right. When you get someone on Twitter, it puts a name, and then you got to delete it so you can see the document. Let me change this here so I can see it.
Now, Renee, where are you at overseas?
Denmark.
Okay.
North of Germany. Ooh,
here's
that is a nice one.
TK's 3D prints recently did this.
That's beautiful, man.
Yeah, completely insane.
He says he's using a Green World color shift metal paint with some washes over the scarf. That was gold.
You did a great job in that, TK. Great job, man. I'm jealous.
Yeah, me too.
Jealous.
Hopefully, we'll be there at some point, Milan.
Yeah, that's right, Renee. Hopefully, we'll get there someday.
Take the time, practice. Just try different techniques out until you find something that works.
Yeah. Well, Jerry paints real good too. I mean, real good.
I'm so. Depends on what it is. Some things I paint better than others. Hello, Kenny. How you doing?
Hey, Kenny. How's it going?
I have this one I really want to paint.
Nice.
Yeah, it's Warhammer Balrog from Lord of the Rings. Not Warhammer, but it's the same company that make the that makes the Warhammer, that also makes the Lord of the Rings figurines.
Is that a print, or did you buy that?
I bought it.
Mm-hmm.
It's a plastic thing.
Cool. Very nice.
I only primed it. So I'm not sure how to paint it yet.
Yeah, Kenny's a metal detector. He lives somewhere. I forget where he lives. He has a metal detecting store, and he's wrote a couple books on it, and he was out and about, it looks like. So hopefully he found some goodies, Kenny.
Are you a millionaire now, Kenny?
Yeah. A million. What was that? Oh, somebody's got
Okay,
a
guys,
vibrator.
I'll have to jump back on here in a little while. They're getting ready to come in.
All right. Take care,
All right.
newbie.
Hope
Alrighty
he's
then.
okay soon. Pile of coins. Cool.
Oh, cool. Pile of coins. Yeah, in Wisconsin.
Yeah.
Alrighty then. Go ahead.
Sorry.
I've been streaming for 2 hours, 21 minutes. I think I'm going to go ahead and call it.
Cool.
Yeah. But I really appreciate you stopping on, Renee. Very nice seeing you.
Yeah.
I usually do this on Fridays, and I was streaming twice a week, but when they kind of dwindle, then I don't stream as much. It all depends what's going on.
Yeah.
Sometimes I have up to 8, 9, 10 people in the stream. So
that's cool. I am probably able to join on Fridays because then the following day is Saturday, obviously. So that's why I can stay up late.
Okay.
On the weekdays I have work in the morning, so the time difference is so bad between Europe and USA for joining your streams. So, and if I stream the time you stream my time, then you would be at work anyway. So it's
yeah. Here I live in Las Vegas, Nevada. I'm retired. I retired from construction 7 or 8 years ago. It's been now, and
okay.
And then as soon as I retired, I started having all kinds of health problems and some surgeries, and things kind of went down the toilet from there. So, oh well.
Maybe you should have continued then.
Yeah, I was done working for people. It was nice. I was making almost as much money now sitting at home on my pension as what I was working. So,
well, yeah, I get you. So, the woman who came in earlier, was that your daughter or your wife? I didn't.
That's my wife, Brandy.
Oh, okay.
Online, she's Betty Boop 45 online.
Navarre Makers, that was Trevor, right?
Yes.
Yeah, nice meeting you too, Trevor.
He runs a Facebook group selling Amazon returns, and he has a store in Navarre, Florida. So
cool.
Anyway, so thank you very much. Yeah. I sent you a friend request the other day, so if you could, you're welcome to join my Facebook group, 3D Printing and Painting, 3D HP.
I'm already in there.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. And I think I accepted, otherwise I wouldn't be able to send you that photo.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah. Well, thank you very much, my friend. You have a great night. Thank you, everybody that's watching out there. Thank you for all the comments. Thank you for the super chat. I really appreciate it. Like, subscribe, and share. When I get to 2,500 subs, I'm giving away lots of goodies. So until next time, thank you, everybody, and happy printing.